If a customer wants a pickle, you give them a pickle, right?
Calvin Cocoa Pop.
Hell yeah.
If a customer wants a pickle, you give them a pickle, right?
If you want a pickle, you gotta give him a pickle, right?
You guys still there?
Baloney Nation.
Welcome to Talkin Baloney.
We're back.
We are back live in the studio. Social distancing, of course.
Oh, well,
Eh,
we all do our part.
we do our part. I wash my hands. That's about it.
Yeah, sure.
I do wear a mask from time to time. And folks, let's be honest. I'm a doctor. It says so on my hat.
That's a great hat.
Oh, that's awesome. Classic.
Where'd you get it?
I have no freaking idea.
Okay.
I know Mini-Me bought it for me many years ago.
That seems like a mini-me kind of gift.
Yeah, it's a great gift.
So, first off, right off the bat, we got to follow up. Last week was the stand-up challenge.
Oh, it was pressure, folks. Pressure.
Yeah. You came through flying colors, though.
Man.
Our third most watched episode.
What? That's insane.
And I've got some, text messages.
Oh, snap.
585-484-1770.
All right.
The Baloney Nation hotline.
All right.
Everyone wanted to talk about. I just got to get to them.
Yeah. Folks, it's not as easy as what you think it is. Standing in front of sitting in front of a microphone. But, some people just got the gift of gab. You just got to make it make sense.
All right, so our first one I'll read. Great stand-up. I actually laughed out loud. Thumbs up.
What?
Yeah. Another says, I have to be honest, I didn't think Jim could fill out 3 minutes, especially with no notes. But he knocked it out of the park, and he went in extra innings. Good stuff.
What? These folks don't want money, right?
They might want a coupon.
Oh, hey, you know what? Coupons are coming, folks. Jimbo Joe is good for 1 cup of coffee. No retail value, folks. Boom. Right there. You can get one, too, for texting into the line or calling in.
That's right. Leave a voicemail. Send us a text.
That's right. We do answer them.
Here's one that says, Jim, great job. I'd love to hear you do more stand-up.
What?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
One that just says, really funny.
Wow.
But there, feedback from your stand-up.
Well, folks, if you want to see more, maybe we'll pencil in some more down the road.
This might have to be a recurring bit.
We can do it. I got tons of material.
Well, you had something you want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, folks. Listen, completely off topic. But what's up with all the people driving around with damn kayaks on their cars and SUVs? You know you're not a kayaker. You're just driving around, got 2 or 3 kayaks up on your roof, on your brand new $50,000 SUV, knowing you got a dress shirt on with some khaki shorts, knowing you ain't never putting that boat in the water. You just trying to get people to believe that you're an outdoors type. Fake. Bunch of fakers. Take it back where you bought it from. You're never going to use it. Anyway, that's my piece on kayaks.
All right.
Bunch of fakers.
So at the end of the challenge last week, you extended the challenge further on.
I did. I did not get a response from the said party. Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
So we're going to extend the challenge out to another participant.
You're going to re-challenge.
We're going to re-challenge.
Who's the challenge to?
We're actually going to challenge 2 people.
Okay.
We're going to challenge E-Dubs. He knows who he is. And we're going to challenge the Ant-Man.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. And the Ant-Man's aware of this. So I briefly mentioned it, that it was coming. So Ant-Man, E-Dubs, bring your A game. 3 minutes of your best satire, or whatever you want to call it, or
Stand up.
stand up.
It's
No politics and no religion.
That's right. The sit down stand up challenge.
Yeah, that's right.
Hashtag it. It's sweeping the internet.
Sweeping the internet. Literally sweeping the words right off the page.
Now, the other thing we talked about last week, we talked about garbage plates.
Folks.
We talked about it because of Jim Gaffigan.
Yep.
We were talking stand-up comedy and his love affair now with the garbage plate.
Yeah.
And we said, we're going to have garbage plates.
Folks, did we ever.
We just had garbage plates.
Woo! We just had a garbage plate, and let's just say, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a stain right down the front of my shirt right here. And that's some of the macaroni that fell down the front of my shirt.
So tell me, your first ever garbage plate, what was it? What'd you have first off?
All right, so I had what they call, I guess, the regular garbage plate minus the onions. So I had macaroni salad with fried potatoes,
Home fries?
home fries, with hamburgers, cheese, some kind of Dijon mustard or something with meat sauce and hot sauce drizzled over the top. Folks. Wash it down with some nice freshly baked Italian bread.
Oh, that's the best part.
And then to mix it all together in your stomach, got nice coffee. It's going to be a crazy ride home.
Yeah.
I got to say, a lot of food. And the way it all coagulated together.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's like building a brick wall with mortar in your stomach.
It's the best.
It's the best. It's to die for. Literally.
But enough about later. So overall, you'd say you would do it again.
Out of 10 stars, I'll give it an 8.
Wow, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. My first garbage plate.
That's very good.
Yep.
Now, next time, because you might want to try different toppings, or I know you wanted those baked beans.
I think I'm going to go hot dogs, baked beans next time.
That'd be interesting.
I think we're going to have to try it.
With the hot sauce.
With the hot sauce.
Ooh, got to.
On top of the mac salad. Get a double dose of beans. Woo-hoo.
Man, oh man.
It's going to be smelly.
So, in honor of what I anticipated was going to be just garbage plates everywhere, we luckily we took care of that ahead of time.
Yes. Yeah.
They're kind of a mess.
Yeah. Folks, it was delish.
Macaroni all over the floor.
It's delicious.
We're going to talk garbage movies.
Oh.
In particular, movies that are bad, but you like them. So not movies that you really hate, but
Okay.
movies that are like so bad, but you like them.
All right. I got a few of them.
Good.
I'll think of one right off the top of my head
Let's
right
hear
now.
it.
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle.
Said,
Fake Top Gun.
Lou Gossett Jr.
Lou Gossett Jr. And they made like 4 of them.
Yeah. And so I've got like a list of movies, and that's one thing you
Excellent.
notice is almost all of them have many, many sequels that are even worse.
Sharknado.
Sharknado almost made the list, but I didn't like it anyway. So.
The crazy thing about Sharknado is I can see it on TV. I know it's trash. I know it's garbage, and I'll still watch it.
And that is the definition
Yeah.
of a garbage movie.
Iron Eagle is right there.
Yeah.
Love that movie. The soundtracks are great, but you know it's trash because you're like, all right, come on, this isn't Top Gun.
That's right. And it's the movie, when you see it on TV, you have to watch it, even though you know it's not good.
Yeah. I'm there, man.
All right.
This is going to be a good little segment right here.
Well, we'll take a break.
Okay.
And we'll come back and we'll hit it fresh.
We're going to need a break for the garbage plate to vacate the premises, if you know what I mean.
I don't know if we have that much time.
Thank God there's not a toilet paper shortage anymore.
Well,
Hey now.
Hell yeah.
Woo, we're back.
we are back.
Back on Baloney Nation.
We're talking garbage movies.
Garbage movies with the theme of the garbage plate that we just devoured.
It's really weighing heavy.
Right here, folks. Right there.
So, you mentioned Iron Eagle.
Yeah.
And then during the break, you mentioned another movie.
Forgot it already. Yeah, that garbage plate's sitting on me, folks. I can't think straight at all.
Well, I'll throw one out there. Coneheads.
Oh, Coneheads. Yeah, trash. Straight up trash.
Yeah. So universally not respected.
No. And it shouldn't have been.
So I got Rotten Tomatoes 35% score. And SNL during the 90s, for whatever reason, they made a ton of movies. Mm-hmm. They were all pretty terrible.
Star power in it, though.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd. Yeah.
So Coneheads had the famous people, Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin.
Yep.
Then you had like Night at the Roxbury, which was like Will Ferrell's first starring movie.
Was it Chris Kattan?
Yeah. And you had Stewart Saved His Family. And it was just like a lot of bad movies.
No, terrible.
I think Coneheads was the worst of them because of the disappointment level. Like, this should have been good. And it just felt like it was an extended commercial for Subway.
Now imagine if James Cameron did Coneheads.
Wow.
We'd have explosions.
It'd be blue.
Somebody's head would get, straightened right out. They'd be on the Titanic somehow.
How about the movie Troll 2?
Oh.
Do you know it?
All right. Are you talking the evil trolls or are you talking the kids movie?
So there was a first Troll movie in 1986, and then there was a sequel in 1990, except the sequel has absolutely nothing to do with the first one.
Folks, you already lost. Done.
And Troll 2 is generally considered the worst movie ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
That bad?
Yeah. It's
I never saw the second one.
So it's got a certain charm to it, though, because what they did is they basically cast people who lived like in the town where they filmed it. So
Bad
the
idea.
acting is terrible, the
Bad
writing
idea.
is terrible, but it's so bad that you kind of have to watch it.
What about Critters?
Well, Critters is like the same kind of thing, yeah.
Same thing.
So bad.
It's a trash movie. Stupid movie. The military couldn't kill the critters.
So they made a documentary about Troll 2 called Best Worst Movie. The documentary came out in 2014.
Uh-huh.
That I highly recommend.
Okay.
Because you have to like see like how they made this and
To appreciate how bad it really was.
yeah, and how like the people who acted in it, it's like the only thing they ever did. And now it's like 20 years later and to them it was like the greatest time of their lives, and to the rest of the world it's the worst movie ever made.
Trash, folks. Whatever village you're in, you should just go back into hiding.
So next on my list
Okay.
is the first of Mark Wahlberg's appearances.
Oh, boy.
Planet of the Apes.
Terrible movie.
Right?
Terrible. Why? First off, why'd you even remake it in the first place?
Yeah.
The original was fine. Leave it alone. Listen, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch could not save Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes was fine. It didn't need saving. You definitely didn't need a sequel.
So yeah, Tim Burton directed.
Uh-huh.
Huge name, right?
Oh, yeah.
Edward Scissorhands, creative. You never know what he's going to do.
Uh-huh.
But Planet of the Apes was not for him.
No.
It was like too lost in like the design.
I'm going to say the name right now. James Cameron.
James Cameron would have been perfect for it.
Yep. We would have had apes on the Titanic. We would have had...
And you know who would have been perfect as the star?
Who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, perfect. Right there.
Yeah.
Rewrote the movie.
Right there, that is a blockbuster.
Blockbuster movie. Planet of the Apes meets Terminator on the Titanic.
Yes. So, Mark Wahlberg's second movie, if we get right to it, is one you've talked about before on the show.
Okay.
You want to guess?
Don't tell me it's the one with Will Ferrell. The other guys.
No, that's one of the best movies ever made.
That movie's awesome.
We're talking about The Happening,
Oh, dude. Where the trees are killing people.
where it turns out the main villain in the movie is the wind.
The wind. Listen, I've broken wind before that's worse than any wind you could have in the sky.
Enough about the garbage plate. So The Happening, why it's on the list is it is somewhat watchable
Yeah.
because it starts out as a great movie.
Yeah.
People are mysteriously killing themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And jumping in front of lawnmowers and jumping off buildings.
I can remember the scene in the movie where they're showing the street and the cop pulls the gun out of his holster and shoots himself in the head. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell are we watching here? And then I'm all of a sudden like, okay, so let me guess. Mark Wahlberg and whatever her name is, their kid. Zoe, yeah. And their kid are going to happen to meet this crazy lady in a cabin or cottage or whatever, and they're going to be the ones that survive.
Well, it was such a good, like, start. And M. Night Shyamalan, the director, we've talked about him a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. Lots of good movies.
Yeah.
You expected, like, a twist.
Yeah.
That was going to, like, blow your socks off.
It never happened.
Well, the twist was that the planet itself was trying to kill humans. And, like, the wind carried, like, this disease that caused everyone to go crazy.
Yeah. Not buying it.
So the last 30 minutes was them running from the wind.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Look, the wind's blowing in the field. Go that way.
Yeah, and how do you show that? You show that by showing the trees, like, blowing.
Wow, what special effects. The trees are blowing. Hey, look outside the window right now. The trees are blowing.
Oh, no.
It's happening.
Yeah. Awful.
Garbage. Terrible. Garbage.
I'll watch it, though, when it's on TV.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody wants to give me a free DVD or Mark Wahlberg wants to give me an autographed copy on Blu-ray, absolutely. We'll take it.
So this next one, I think, I might have saw it with Mad Dog. I'm not sure if you were there.
Okay.
Godzilla.
The Matthew Broderick version?
The Matthew Broderick version.
Even worse than The Happening. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm a diehard Godzilla alien fan. Whatever.
There's a lot of good Godzilla movies. This is the worst one ever.
Terrible. Terrible. First off, Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller. Mm-hmm. Do I need to say any more?
You weren't buying it.
Not buying it.
Yeah.
No. I went from Save Ferris to Project X to Godzilla. Come on.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
And they changed Godzilla. Godzilla had this classic look for 50 years, and they decided to make him look more like just a giant lizard instead of...
He's now a T-Rex.
Yeah, he didn't look right.
And how did Godzilla reproduce all the babies? First off, that's the most people I've seen in Madison Square Garden for a Knicks game ever. Ooh, snap.
Well, yeah, and so Godzilla, again, 50 years of Godzilla movies, and this comes down to it doesn't look like Godzilla, and it's just planting eggs, having babies everywhere.
And no one noticed. Think about that for a minute. You got a giant lizard laying eggs below Madison Square Garden or in Madison Square Garden, and nobody noticed.
And how did they figure out, like, what was going on? They found a VHS tape that said, like, basically, top secret, don't watch. And they watched it.
That's how it happens, folks.
Terrible.
Don't watch the tape.
It's so bad, though, you got to watch it because you
got to watch it second or third.
One of the biggest box office bombs of all time, Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
1986. Oh, what'd you do? Oh, wow.
That was my duck waddle, folks.
So Godzilla with Matthew Broderick was 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. Howard the Duck is 15%. I would say it's more than 1% worse.
But they had a pretty good cast in that movie.
Leah Thompson. Jeffrey Jones, also from Ferris Bueller. He was the principal.
He was the principal.
And George Lucas produced it. He didn't direct it, but he produced it, which was a pretty big name. Mm-hmm. What happened?
So here, folks, I have to be partial to this movie. Yes, it's a trash movie. We all know it. And who's going to believe a duck is going to come here and he can talk?
And do rock and roll.
Yeah. But it's a pretty damn good movie.
It's terrible, but it's
watchable. Definitely watchable. Like if you're laying around the house one day and you're sick.
Like later tonight.
Like later tonight because you're throwing up or whatever. You know, that's a perfect movie to watch in the background while you're throwing up. It'll help get everything right out.
Oh, Tim Robbins is also in it. Is that who you're thinking?
Yes, he's one of the guys that turns Howard back into the agency or whatever. Should have stuck with Shawshank.
Okay, so this next one is kind of similar.
Okay.
1987, Masters of the Universe, otherwise known as He-Man.
I've seen this movie 100 times.
At least.
And it keeps getting worse every time I see it.
I watch it every time it's on TV.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to lie. It's so bad that it's awesome.
Yeah. First off, Dolph Lundgren can barely speak English.
Or act.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even going to say he was acting. But let's not go that far.
Who plays Skeletor in that movie anyway?
Frank Langella is great as Skeletor. I would say, costume and makeup aside, his acting was awesome.
Yeah.
He's one of the reasons to watch the movie.
Yeah. And, folks, the special effects, insane how bad they are.
So there's it was made by Canon Films, and there's a documentary about Canon Films, and in there they talk about how they ran out of money while they were doing He-Man.
Oh,
so like the big final battle at the end, they basically, instead of having it on a set, they basically had it in like an empty black room and used some lighting effects to make it look. It was bad.
Folks, we got a bigger budget than that. They do.
Do you see the merch? Look at those mugs.
What? Look at this. What? What's behind me?
T-shirts.
Oh, T-shirts. We got mugs.
We got it all.
Man. Say the word, folks. The page will be up soon.
Yeah, our online store is coming soon.
It's coming very soon.
You can text or call us at 585-484-1770. And we'll maybe notify you in the future. I don't know.
I don't know about all this reminder stuff. It seems like a lot of work.
So who else was in that He-Man movie? Was Courtney Cox.
Yes, she is. Actually, she's the
main character.
Yeah, for the main character. Friends, folks.
It was 1987. I think at that point, Courtney Cox had done Misfits of Science, was that? And she had done the Bruce Springsteen music video.
Yep.
And that was like her career.
Glory Days.
Was it Glory Days?
Was it Glory Days?
No.
Uh-oh.
Dancing in the Dark?
Dancing in the Dark. You got it, man. That's it. I'm not going to sing it for you, folks, because I'm not much of a singer. I'm more of a lover.
Our next movie, we've talked about this one before.
Okay.
Batman and Robin.
Trash.
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze.
What was that?
Mr. Freeze. Arnold.
That's your Arnold?
That's my best Arnold I got.
Oh.
Do it.
Everybody chill.
Get to the chopper. Wrong movie, but you get the point. Yeah. Stick around.
It's going to be a cold day in Gotham. Yeah, we've talked about it. It's a terrible movie.
Terrible movie.
But yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, well, if it's on TV for free, I'm going to watch it.
And, you know, the director, Joel Schumacher, just passed away like 2 weeks ago. So there's been a lot of talk about this movie. Some people have been doing tribute videos online. It's almost like it's popular again. Well, I don't know if it was ever popular.
I don't think it was. Hey, real quick on a Batman side note.
Yeah.
What's this I hear to talk about bringing Michael Keaton back as Batman?
Yeah. Probably as a cameo.
Ooh,
but
man.
They're doing a Flash movie that's gonna have a lot of multiverse and time travel. So Michael Keaton as Batman, probably.
I will watch that. And I'm not a Marvel, whatever they call it.
Comic book guy.
You know, Marvel versus
DC.
Is it DC?
Yeah.
Comics versus Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah. That Star Trek or which one's DC is Star Trek?
No. We should get your buddy ND Knight on the phone.
We're going to have to get ND Knight on the phone to find out what the hell is going on with all this stuff, these comic books.
So Batman and Robin was 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I mean,
that's pretty accurate.
Yeah. I wouldn't even give it a 9.
How about the movie Showgirls?
Saved by the Bell.
That was her big movie.
Yep. She turned into a real, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Hooker? Wow. Terrible movie.
So this is... That's Butch. Showgirls is considered one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, beyond bad.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Yep.
And directed by Paul Verhoeven. You might remember him from Starship Troopers, Robocop, Total Recall.
It's another trash movie.
Those are all good movies.
Starship Troopers. Listen, I like the movie.
You like the movie?
I like the movie, but man, you lost me with the terrible special effects and the big ants and the big cockroaches, whatever they are.
More like spider bugs, but yeah. No, that's great stuff. So Showgirls is 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is surprising.
Well, because probably most of the people that were rating that were guys.
Right. And it's another movie, kind of like Batman and Robin, where now 20 years later, people are acting like it was better than it was.
It's got a cult following. It does.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies.
Sometimes you want to watch bad acting. Sometimes.
I can tell you right now, if you're watching Showgirls, you're not watching it for the bad acting. Well, I mean, I would for the bad acting, because I'm all about bad acting.
How about Deep Blue Sea?
Okay, Deep Blue Sea was, hold on, shark movie.
It's a shark movie.
Oh, jeez. It's Samuel L. Jackson.
It is.
LL Cool J.
It is.
Now, LL Cool J's character was cool. I'm here all week, folks. Every Sunday.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
He was in it. And so it was a movie about sharks that were like super smart.
Genetically altered or
Yeah.
whatever.
The perfect killer.
The perfect killer.
Because Jaws wasn't enough.
Yeah, come on, folks. And the sad part about this movie is they had a budget. I get it. But the sharks, hey, listen, if you're going to do these genetically modified sharks, at least make them big sharks.
Right.
Come on.
The movie, so it was from a time period where you had like Anaconda, and there was just like a rash of movies of giant animals killing people.
Remember, it was all during around that Leviathan and all those movies, the underwater movies. And
But it did have some good parts.
yeah.
I'd watch it if it's on TV.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a big fan of LL Cool J, so anything he's in, I'm going to watch.
You got LL Cool J and Samuel L. Jackson in the same movie? Come on.
Who put these snakes on this mother effing plane? And all the ladies love Cool James.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't go wrong.
Directed by Rennie Harlan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't know who
Do you know what he
it is.
did?
Nope.
He did 12 Blocks with John Cena.
We saw that.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Should have made the list. is what you're
Should have
saying?
made any John Cena movie should make the list.
Frankly, any movie WWE produced should probably be on the list.
The Kane movie, See No Evil.
Okay.
Probably,
You liked it.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Only because there's a scene where Kane scoops somebody's eyeball out with his finger. It's awesome.
Based on a true story.
Is it really?
No.
Okay. Damn it. I thought for a second there, I was like, what? I'm part of something.
How about the movie Rat Race?
Okay.
Do you know that one?
No.
So that was a, Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've seen this, and I think I flipped right off.
Okay. So it's a bad movie, but it has some funny moments.
Yeah.
It's got John Cleese, John Lovitz, Breckin Meyer.
I like John Lovitz.
Oh, who doesn't like John Lovitz?
Who doesn't like John Lovitz?
Has Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. And it's, it's like a car race.
I'm cool with the car race movies.
Yeah.
You know?
One of my favorite parts is, of course, everyone, their cars are breaking down. They're in different vehicles. They're constantly trying to getting an advantage, and I think it's Lovitz with his family hops aboard a bus, and it's filled with Lucy impersonators.
You know, that just made me think of a bus movie that they should have never redid.
What's that?
Speed. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, great first movie.
Great first movie. Why'd you redo a second one? Why?
As we were saying during the break, we could have just done sequels to movies.
Yeah.
Because there's so many bad sequels.
You know, if you were going on just sequels alone, I would throw Jaws right in the mix of all this. Because the first Jaws, awesome.
Second Jaws?
Not so awesome.
The
Third
second one was
Jaws,
good.
yeah, it was okay. Third Jaws, trash.
Unbelievable.
It made you not believe that there were sharks in the water. It was that bad.
Yeah. And it was in 3D. And it was like the worst 3D ever.
Terrible, folks. Terrible.
And then Jaws 4. I feel like we talked about this before.
Yeah, we did.
But it's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's not a...
Trash.
You're not going to watch it.
No.
No, you're going to skip. You're going to fast forward. You're going to.
You'll watch an infomercial on how to make hamburgers on a George Foreman before you'll watch Jaws 4.
How about So I Married an Axe Murderer?
Bruce Willis.
Mike Myers.
Oh, that's right. It is Mike Myers. Ah, yes.
Yeah, Nancy Travis.
Garbage.
Yeah. It was like his first big film.
I'm not going to lie. Not a Mike Myers fan.
Okay.
I'm not a Wayne's World fan. I just never got it. It's
All right. So
shag me, baby.
So this was a bad movie that is pretty much Mike Myers doing his Shrek voice almost the entire movie. So I guess you wouldn't like that at all.
Well, listen, I've watched the Shrek movies.
Yeah.
I've seen them. Even did the Shrek thing down at, I think it was Universal or one of those places when we took the kids there a long time ago. And the Shrek stuff's not bad. I think Eddie Murphy spices all that up and brings a little balance to the characters. But,
Yeah.
man, I'm not a Mike Myers. I just don't find the guy funny at all.
Yeah. You're not. Austin Powers is like not your cup of tea.
No. I would actually put all their movies right on this list right now.
But again, these are movies you want to watch, even though they're bad.
Yeah, I'd still watch it.
Oh, you would?
I'd still watch them. Like,
All right.
I'd still watch them. You wouldn't find me going, like, okay, if there was 2 movies left to watch, or 3 movies left to watch on it was my last day on Earth, and I had to pick from Look Who's Talking, Jaws 4, or 3, and a Mike Myers movie, I'd watch the Mike Myers, or Seth Myers, or whatever his name is.
Well, that is a ringing endorsement. If there were only 3 movies to choose from and 2 of them were the worst ever, yeah, I'd watch it.
See? You're not in last place.
How about a terrible movie that you just, like 20 years later, you can't believe it exists? Face Off.
Ooh, Nicolas Cage.
John Travolta.
John Travolta.
A movie that revolves around them switching faces. It's the most unbelievable premise ever.
Listen, again, this is one of those movies you're just like, why'd we even do it? Like, it's not even believable.
No. 2 of the most, overacting? Would you say Nicolas Cage?
Way over.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage, listen, he's a good actor in a lot of movies, but he overacts,
Travolta overacts.
Yeah. He's too good for a lot of the movies that he's in, though. I think that
You think Travolta is?
Yeah, like, I like his crazy characters in his movies. Where he's like, especially there's a movie he did where he's like a terrorist or whatever, and, he straps explosive balls to all these people with like a vest and stuff, and it's got Halle Berry in it. All I know is you only watch a movie like that for Halle Berry. Or John Travolta to bust out into a grease move right in the middle of something.
Yeah. So Face Off was John Woo, and after that he did Mission Impossible 2. And what those 2 movies have in common is the pigeons, the doves. Like, every time there's a big gunfight, all of a sudden doves are just everywhere. It was like The first time you saw it in Face Off, you thought, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Then when you see him do it again the next movie, it's like, oh, this is not cool at all. It's a little staged.
Yeah. Too much, folks. Too much.
So that leaves us with The Island of Dr. Moreau.
This is where all the mutants, right?
Yeah.
I've seen this.
Half man, half animals.
So, I gotta say, I've seen this movie multiple times because it's always one of those movies when you have late night TV, it's on.
Yeah.
You gotta see it when it's not, made for television, so to speak. Stupid movie.
It's Marlon Brando.
But I will watch it.
Yeah.
I will watch it.
It's a train wreck.
It's a train wreck.
You can't look away, though. Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer, probably two of the weirdest egos in movie history. They got the director fired on the third day, the guy who wrote the movie and was passionate about it.
What?
Marlon Brando was just unable to work with him. They bring in a different director. They finish the movie. It's a complete disaster. But it's like fascinating.
Yes.
It's the choices, like the costumes. Like Brando made like all the choices himself, and he had like the little 3 foot. I don't even know if he was 3 foot tall, like the smallest human like possible. So like Brando would be playing the piano, and the little guy would be on top of the piano with a small piano himself playing. And these were like all Brando's like ideas. Like he saw this little guy, was like, "Oh, I gotta have him in the movie."
Why?
So there's another documentary about the making of this movie. That is a must see. It's from like 2 years ago.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah.
Watch it tonight, folks. It's gonna be worth every second. You'll never get it back, but it'll be worth every second.
It's called The Lost Soul: The Doomed Journey of Richard Stanley's Island of Dr. Moreau. I'll give you one little spoiler. Richard Stanley was the director who was fired.
Oh, there it is.
And they were filming on an island. And after he was fired, he didn't like leave the island. He just kind of
Stay there.
stayed there like a homeless person on the island.
In the jungle, folks. He was in the jungle living off the land.
Crazy.
Scary, don't sleep at night. He's right outside your tent.
All right.
Woo-hoo.
Well, we covered a lot of ground.
We did.
And we got to make up some time here and go to break.
Break time, folks. We're going to need it. The stomachs are grumbling. Welcome back, folks. Talkin Baloney. Jim Keezy here with the big guy.
Hey.
Right there.
See how we do that? Like, whoa.
Whoa. Hey.
Yeah, wow.
Hey, how are ya?
So we have one more movie.
Oh, one more movie.
We do want to hit the hotline one more time.
Oh, heck yeah. We got some folks.
Yeah, because
The lines have been lighting up.
we want your comments. We want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
We'll even take in a correction or two once in a while.
I mean, we all know Aunt Paula's probably got something loaded.
Yeah. So 585-484-1770.
You got it.
One garbage movie, saved it for last because it is a wrestling movie.
Okay.
It is the granddaddy of them all, No Holds Barred.
Zeus versus Hulk Hogan.
That's right.
Rip him.
Exactly. He's not Hulk Hogan in the movie. He's Rip.
Rip.
And he's fighting Zeus.
The biggest part that I could never get over in this movie was the fact that he kills Zeus in the movie, and Zeus appears on Monday Night Raw. What, 2 months after the movie?
Well, we'll try to get to the bottom of this. He's Hulk Hogan playing the character of Rip, who fights Zeus in a movie where Zeus is a character played by Tiny Lister. But then in real life, he's Hulk Hogan fighting Zeus. It made no sense.
Listen, the fact that, what was this, his little brother?
Yeah.
I still can't understand where the genetics came into play there. Like, was he adopted? Was there a different mother involved? Because you got Hogan, 6'9", 6'10", 385 pounds, solid muscle, and then this little, like,
Yeah.
skinny little kid, 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing.
And I think the idea was that he was supposed to be like his teenage brother.
Uh-huh.
But the guy who played him looked like he was like 29. I mean, this is a terrible movie.
Yeah.
And yet you have to watch it.
The bedroom scene with Hulk Hogan is hilarious.
Do you remember the limo driver? Hogan is trapped in the limo, breaks out, beats up everybody, and then he's got the limo driver, and he's like ready to smash his face in. And then he's like, "Do I smell dookie?"
He said Dookie.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan says dookie.
Ooh, I'm scared now. He said Dookie. What you gonna do, brother? Dookie.
Do you remember how they released the movie? You could order it as a part of a pay-per-view where you would watch the movie and then you'd get to see the match where Hogan and Zeus would wrestle, even though Zeus was an actor and not a wrestler.
He had that move where he used to do the he'd smack his shoulders.
Yeah.
Didn't Bill Goldberg do that too?
Basically.
Yeah. Zeus goes into that barroom and like trashes everybody.
Zeus, as a wrestler, he had like one move though. Besides the hitting himself, it was like a chokehold basically. Yeah.
He had the eye thing. I can never.
Tiny Lister.
Yeah.
All right. Garbage
Man.
movies.
Garbage movies, folks.
No holds barred.
Hey, if you got a garbage movie, you want to tell us about it,
Oh, what a great
text
idea.
it in.
Or leave a voicemail.
Leave a voicemail.
We are to that time of the show where we are going to answer some voicemails. We're going to answer some questions. And we're going to start with a correction.
Oh, let me guess. Let me guess who sent this correction in.
Go ahead. Take a guess.
I'm going to say Aunt Paula.
Yeah.
I see she's disappeared for 3-4 weeks and comes back with a vengeance. Like a bad cases. Never mind. Woo!
So I'm going to read it to you.
All right.
BT Dub. I think that means by the way.
Okay.
One correction from your last show is it's Andy Griffith, not Andy Griffin. Come on, Jim Dizzy. Get it right.
Oh, snap. Did you call me Jim Dizzy?
Jim Dizzy. I love it. I mean, it's good.
Wait a minute.
Aunt Paula, bringing their A game.
Bring the rain. I got an umbrella. Wait a minute. She said it was Griffin?
It is Andy Griffith. You
Griffith.
said Griffin.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what we've come to now? Well, I mean, it is a correction, and we do encourage, in the era of correctness, we do encourage our viewers to take an extra moment out of their day.
Right.
You know, Paula, we know it pains you deeply to have to reach out after working so hard throughout the day.
Well, she wasn't done. She had a comment to throw in as well.
Oh, so here we go.
So every correction I give, does that mean I get a coffee coupon for each one? LOL. Tell him I'd rather have a Pepsi and not coffee.
Well, Miss Paula, I'd like to. You see this? Talkin Baloney? You see this sponsor right here? That says Jimbo Joe's Coffee. You don't see nothing here that says Pepsi on it. Now, if you want to go ahead and arrange anybody to have our people talk to their people and get us in a Pepsi sponsorship, we'll take that money, and then we will send you a Pepsi.
But until then, she's getting a coupon.
Until then, you're getting a coupon.
Well, and now that was 2 comments, so that's like 2 coupons.
So, Paula, you got 2 coupons coming. Look at this. Boom, right there. Good for 1 cup of, you know what? You got 2 of these. So you got 2 cups. 1 + 1 is 2.
And those are redeemable anytime.
We're open.
Yeah. Good until 2029.
Yep, good till 2029.
So we got another correction.
Okay.
Now, I can't verify the identity of this person. I think you might have been able to narrow it down.
Okay.
I'll read it to you.
Okay.
I was watching your 4th of July video. Did you hear that they think they found Susquehanna in the river, a shark that was 12 feet long and around 400 pounds?
So,
now you have the correction to that comment.
I have the correction to your correction, or the correction to your comment. False. It was a
Fake news.
Fake news. It was
No politics, no religion.
politics, no religion, folks. But it is fake news. It really came up on a fake news website, and it's a Bigfoot page kind of thing or whatever that said that they saw. Basically, somebody made this story up, and it spread like wildfire.
And it was on April 1st, right?
It was correct. It was on April 1st. It was an April 1st Fool's Day joke. But shout out to Tori for sending that one in.
Oh, snap. We identified her.
We know who you are.
So we just heard Butch. And Butch actually commented on
the Butch man.
The text line.
Oh, snap.
He took his phone and he dialed 585-484-1770.
Folks, you can too.
First thing he said was,
Roar.
All right. Yeah.
Then his comment was, Stromboli challenge. We need to pay homage to the Stromboli.
He might be onto something with this one.
So, what do you think a Stromboli challenge would consist of? You think we'd have to get him up here? Or do you think this is just like you and I have to eat Stromboli?
I don't know. We'll have to get clarification from him on this one. We might have to reach out to the Butch man and ask him.
Yeah.
Is this a 3-way challenge, or is this a big guy versus Jim Deezy Stromboli? Do we have to eat a whole Stromboli, half a Stromboli?
I don't know.
All right, Butch man, we're reaching out to you on this one.
What's helpful with Butch is a lot of his comments are things he's actually, I have voice recordings of. So the next thing he said was,
Big fox, the fox that rocks.
The Butch man. Yeah.
Great to hear from the Butch man.
Yeah. He'll be on here again soon.
All right, let's go to our voicemail.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go.
Hey, this is Norman. I'm calling. I'm actually in Roanoke, visiting. Originally from Fort Wayne.
That's a hot spot.
Still live in Fort Wayne. I'm just visiting Roanoke. Thanks.
Well, thanks letting us know where he's calling from.
Hey, you know what? It's good to see the cell service is working. I'm not sure what network you're with, but it sounded clear.
Yeah.
It sounded like you had 5 bars, maybe LTE going on there.
Yeah. He's originally from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
We know we're number 1 in Indiana. There's never been a doubt.
Nope.
But,
we're number 1 in all the ratings, folks.
It's good to reaffirm that our connection to the good people of Indiana.
And being that he's from Indiana, going to Roanoke, he could talk to some people down there. Next thing you know, we're number 1 in Roanoke. That's how it works, folks.
Yeah.
Spread the word.
All right. We got a lot of questions. Because the people they have questions they want answers.
We're going to give them answers.
If you were stuck on an island and you could only choose one item from each of the following, which would you choose? So I'm going to list 4 categories, and you need to pick your one item from each category that would be your gotta have it on an island.
All right, no pressure.
Breakfast cereal.
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks.
All right. That's a classic.
Breakfast and lunch snack time. Perfect.
Oh, anytime.
Yep.
Music album.
Ooh.
All time, gotta have it on an island. It's the only thing you're ever going to listen to again.
I'm going to jam out the Boys to Men.
Wow. Motown Philly?
Motown Philly. Gotta have it. You got your ups and downs. So when you're emotional, you got a little end of the road. When you're all like amped up like you might get a rescue, Motown Philly.
I can't argue with that.
All of a sudden you're all alone out there and you
So this one kind of ties in. The movie sequel that you would take with you. If you couldn't take the original movie, you could only take a sequel to a movie.
Oh.
So what sequel is the best sequel ever, basically?
Man, this is a good one. This is a good question.
Yeah, it's tough. There are some famous sequels. Godfather Part 2, a lot of people say better than the original.
Godfather 2 is going to be, that's a good runner-up right there.
Superman 2, a lot of people say better than Superman. Spider-Man 2, a lot of people say better than Spider-Man. I only know comic book movies, and I ran out of stuff to say.
Man, I don't know on this one. There's so many sequels that I liked.
Wow.
I'm stumped on this one.
We might have to come back to this one.
We're gonna have to I'm gonna have to think about this one because there's.
Yeah, I'm gonna circle this one.
Yeah. This is that's a good question. That's a good segment right there.
Well, this one I think will be easier for you.
Okay.
Candy bar.
So, I like the Payday bar.
Nice.
I like Reese cups, but I'm gonna go with Payday bar because of the peanuts and the caramel. And the
nougat?
The nougat in the middle. Oh. You know, I wish Payday would come out with a nutless bar.
Just a nougat.
Just a nougat. Call it the...
Direct deposit.
Almost. Direct deposit. Almost Payday. Hump day. No nuts.
It's a direct deposit. Speaking of garbage plates, I mean, what? Okay, so our next one is from a new listener.
Okay.
He calls himself Fun Fact Fontaine.
What?
He says, Fun Fact Fontaine here. Last week, this is a little old, but last week you talked about Eddie Murphy, Sly Stallone, and the movie Cobra.
Okay.
There's a crazy connection. Did you know that Stallone was originally set to star in Beverly Hills Cop, but thought the script was too jokey? He wanted to make it grittier and darker. He had a totally different vision for Beverly Hills Cop, and he left the movie over creative differences with the studio. Of course, Paramount replaced him with Eddie Murphy, and Stallone went on to make Cobra, his grittier version of Beverly Hills Cop. Fun fact, fun fact.
Huh.
Did you know that?
Did not know that.
I didn't know that.
I would not have wanted to see anybody other than Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
In that movie.
And I'm glad Stallone didn't
Cobra.
try to do the jokey version because his comedy is not good.
No. And listen, Cobra is an awesome movie.
Cobra is good.
But some of his one-liners, again, he's right up there with Schwarzenegger. He really is.
Yeah.
You know, when the guy's like, I'm going to blow up this supermarket. He's like, go ahead. I don't shop here.
Yeah. Classic.
You're the disease and I'm the cure.
You're the disease. I'm the cure. That was my Stallone.
Thanks for the question.
So one more question before we
Okay.
wrap up. This is, I guess because we talk about the 80s so much. This is kind of about the 80s. Remember when Velcro came out? Were you all caught up in it? Did you have a Trapper Keeper and Velcro sneakers? Thanks.
First off, I want to say this. If you never owned a pair of Velcro sneakers, you're lying.
And you weren't around in the 80s.
And you weren't around in the 80s. Everybody had a pair of Velcro sneakers. Everybody had a Trapper Keeper that had a Velcro. Now, not all of us had the Velcro right off the bat when it came out. Some of us had the, Hill's Department Store. If anybody remembers that back in the day, it was before Ames. Hill's Department Store was where you got all your school supplies around the area. Yeah. That's where everybody went. You could line them right up and get their shoes, socks, underwear, sneakers that left skid marks all over the nice floor you walked on. You always knew who had the cheap sneakers in school, too. Yeah. They left marks all over the gymnasium floor. Hey, Jim, your shoe's shedding again.
But the Trapper Keeper, that was like...
That was the shizzle back in the day.
You wanted that.
Listen, you not only store paper, pens, rulers.
Oh, and the Velcro.
Protractor.
Oh, yeah. you remember the ones that had like sports people on it? They weren't like actual photos. They were like illustrations.
Yes. Listen.
It was the best.
Trapper Keepers, Velcro, all ties right in the old button fly jeans too when they first came out.
Yeah. I was going to say, how about the Velcro sneakers that were like, the top part was Velcro and the bottom part were laces? Did you ever have those? It was like, what was the point of that?
I remember I had a pair of sneakers. They were called Sergio Valente. They had like a Texas steer on the side of the sneaker.
Wow.
And they were trash. But they used to call them back in the day cat heads, right? Remember?
Yeah.
They used to call sneakers that were not name brand cat heads. And
I think that was like, they have something to do with like Puma or something. Why did they call them cat heads?
I don't remember. Somebody, if you remember why they call them cat heads, text into us and let us know.
I bet I know who knows. Aunt Paula.
Aunt Paula.
Well, we'll look forward to that text.
Tell us why they call them cat heads, folks.
Wow, what a show this week.
Ah.
Man, we talked garbage. We talked garbage plates. We talked movies.
You know, we need to talk about school lunches one day.
Oh, maybe we can tie that into the Stromboli challenge.
Ooh. We going to do the Stromboli challenge next week? Pudgies? Stromboli?
Wow. Stromboli from Pudgies?
On the show next week?
Dang.
I think we're going to have to do it.
How Borat got his start.
That's damn straight. Folks, next week I'm going to bring in some Pudgies Pizza Strombolis.
All right. And what will be the challenge?
I don't know.
Making it through the show after eating Stromboli?
Make it through the show after eating the Stromboli.
I love it.
You're going to have to bring the old antacid with me. Oh, man. I'm feeling all nostalgic now.
Yeah, we really do talk about the 80s a lot.
We do.
And that Velcro question was pretty good. It really brings you back.
You know, and then they came out with the double-layered Velcro where the two straps or three straps were all hooked together. So you could just do one rip at a time and take all three off. Oh, yeah, folks.
And then they adapted that to the newer bowling shoes at the bowling alley were that way. Yeah, good times.
Don't turn your wrist. Throw it straight. You had to be there, folks. It was brutal.
All right. So we're wrapping up. Another great show.
Yeah. Text us in. Text it. Ask us a question.
We'll answer it. And we'll send you a coupon. Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably. And we're going to have shirts.
If we
soon.
run out of coupons, thanks to Aunt Paula.
If a customer wants a pickle, you give them a pickle, right?